I've been wanting to look at this bag for a long time now, and I'm glad I finally got around to it because it's everything I was hoping it was going to be and more. Welcome to One Bag Travels. In this video, I'm going to do a full review on the Peak Designs travel backpack. And then in an upcoming video, I'll show you all of the travel accessories, including the tech pouch, the wash pouch. I have the small camera cube. And then I'll show you some packing cube options that work just as well, but are going to be a little bit less expensive than the Peak Designs packing cubes. And if you like videos like this, then subscribe to our channel and enjoy. The Peak Designs travel backpack is nothing short of fantastic. It checks almost all the boxes for me that I'm looking for in a travel backpack. It's carry-on size, but can be compressed or expanded. It has large capacity, great organization, waterproof fabric, and really high quality hardware. And the attention to detail on everything that Peak Designs puts into the travel backpack makes this bag really amazing. Starting with the materials and the hardware, the travel backpack uses a combination of this 400 denier nylon on the front and the sides of the bag, and then on the bottom of the bag, where it's going to get most of the wear, they use a little bit thicker 900 denier nylon. Both of these fabrics are weatherproof. They are DWR, which is durable water resist impregnated, and they're coated with a polyurethane coating, which makes them maybe not 100% waterproof, but very water resistant. The nylon is a really sturdy fabric, and even though it's impregnated and coated with DWR and polyurethane, it doesn't really feel plasticky. It kind of has this rough, fabricy texture to the outside of the bag. And if you zoom in really close, you can see it has this interwoven pattern between the light green sage color and this lighter colored white, which gives it kind of a really nice light colored heathery look. For the materials and the hardware in the travel backpack, they went with these large number 10 and number 8 waterproof zippers on the exterior of the backpack, and then they use a smaller number 5 zipper on some of the accessory pockets and the inside zippers in the bag. They're non-YKK zippers, but they're all heavy-duty metal construction, and they seem to be just about as good of a quality as the YKK. The other hardware that they use is better than you see in most other travel backpacks. They have all aluminum, these hooks and buckle clasps. They use these steel metal rivets to hold the backpack straps to the backpack, and then they have leather accent tabs on the front and the back of the bag. Peak Designs mentions that the travel backpack is carry-on dimensions, but they don't actually say what the dimensions are on their website. So I went ahead and measured it, and it's pretty much exactly 22 inches long by 14 inches wide by about 9 inches deep. And that's in the regular mode. It also has these two expandable zippers, which will give the bag about 2 inches extra depth into the bag, and that will make it slightly higher than carry-on standards. Now let's look at the external organization on the travel backpack, starting with the front of the bag. It has this large front access organizational panel, this small top access slash pocket. On the sides there are two large expandable water bottle pockets, each with a small hidden pocket. There's two large side access zippers, as well as expandable zippers and side carry handles. And in the back of the bag, there's a large zipper that allows you access into the back of the bag. There's backpack straps and a hip belt that both fold behind this magnetic flap. And then, if you'll notice, there's a bunch of little fabric loops on the front and the sides of the bag that are used as gear attachment points. Now let's look at the compression on the travel backpack. The natural state of this bag is a 35-liter travel backpack at dimensions 22 by 14 by 9. It also has the ability to expand and compress. It expands using these side expansion zippers that add about an extra 2 inches of room to the bag, which will make it slightly larger than your standard carry-on dimensions. And if you'll notice, most of the capacity on the expansion actually comes in this top access panel, which makes it not quite big enough for the wash pouch, but it does make it large enough that you can fit the tech pouch in here, as well as a small pair of shoes. Now, the compression of the bag, it comes in these top buttons, and it doesn't use compression straps like a standard bag. So what you do is there's these internal access buttons that you can clip together from the outside of the bag. And this really only works if you really don't have anything in the top part of the bag. And instead of providing real compression, really what it does, it just kind of squishes the top part of the bag down. So expanded, compressed, expanded, compressed. You see, it doesn't really offer you a whole lot of actual expansion. It really just gives the top part of the bag a slightly slimmer profile. The pockets on the side of the travel backpack can be used to store water bottles or a medium-sized travel tripod. It fits my 27-ounce water bottle pretty easily, and then you can fit larger items in here, a travel tripod or this larger 1-liter bottle with these expansion kind of fabric gussets on the back of the bag. And that 1-liter bottle fits in there pretty easily. Additionally, there are these 2 small hidden zippered pockets located behind the side pocket. And they're barely noticeable, and they're a great place to store things that you don't want people to know about, like extra cash. Before I go into the rest of the features, I wanted to give a quick mention to the security features on this bag. At first glance, it looks like there's a lot of exterior zippers and access, and it kind of seems like the first priority of the travel backpack is to be easy access. However, there are actually quite a few security features, but it is a little bit complicated to lock the whole bag down. The main access compartment has these little nylon loops that you can take one off, run it through the zipper pull in the other one, and then lock it back in on itself, giving you kind of a quick, easy option to secure your bag. The front access panel has this little fabric loop that you can tuck the zipper pulls into, or you can also use a TSA lock. You can use the smaller TSA locks to lock the front panel and the main compartment zippers together individually, or if you have one of these kind of double loop locks, then you can lock them both together at the same time with one padlock. The security on these side access panels is a little bit more tricky. You have to access the zippers from inside the bag. So you open the main compartment of the bag, and then you take the zipper pull and slide it inside of the bag and attach it around this little plastic toggle. All of the security measures on the travel backpack are effective, but I found it takes several minutes to lock the whole bag down. It takes me a good 45 seconds just to get this front panel zipper pulls tucked behind this little fabric flap. Not to mention opening the bag to get to these side access zippers and locking them behind the toggle. So although they work, this is definitely something you probably want to do in your hotel room before you go out on the road. Now let's look at the carry options on the travel backpack. There's 4 side carry handles on the top and the back here, as well as these stowable backpack straps. And there's all these little fabric loops located all over the bag that you can use to attach an optional shoulder strap. The shoulder straps are moderately padded and have this fabric backing. All of the adjusters, buckles are aluminum, and the adjustable sternum strap can be completely removed and stored separately on one of the shoulder straps. The hip belt attaches together with this aluminum hook instead of a buckle. And on the left one here, it has this small kind of stretchy pocket that's about big enough for something small like a lip balm. And this other one here has these 2 thick, sturdy, stiff fabric loops that are used to attach some of the other Peak Designs accessory pouches. The shoulder straps and the hip belt attach to the backpack with these thick metal rivets that allow them to swivel and adjust to your shoulders and hips. About the only thing that this backpack is missing are top load adjusters to kind of bring the top of the backpack closer to your back. But I found this thing to be pretty comfortable even without them. You can stow the shoulder strap and the hip belt behind this little fabric flap with these magnetic closures. I've seen some other backpacks with this same style, and I think it's a really great design. Most bags, you either see the straps hide behind a large fabric flap, like on the Osprey Farpoint, or they hide away in this top access zipper compartment on a bag similar to the standard luggage carry-on bag. The straps on the Peak Design bag, however, are really easy to just tuck in behind this fabric flap. The hip belt just tucks in first, and then the shoulder strap you flip around backwards and then just tuck it in there. It makes it really easy to hide the straps away, especially when you're going through airport security and you only have a couple seconds to get your bag ready to go through the x-ray machine. The back padding in this bag is kind of a thin, firm foam material and has a couple of ridges running up and down the length of the bag, but compared to some other travel backpacks, it's not very thick and it doesn't have a huge amount of air ventilation. However, kind of one of the travel hacks that Peak Design has is you can take this fabric flap and fold it inside of the bag on both sides, and that offers you about double the amount of padding, and it opens up the sides of the bag here to give you a little bit more air ventilation on your back. In addition to the backpack straps, the travel backpack has 4 carry handles. There's these 2 thinner side carry handles on each side of the bag, as well as this top padded, it's kind of a belt loop material with a thick foam material inside of there, top grab handle. And then kind of the same webbing material on the bottom of the bag. It has this little handle here that you can carry the bag as a kind of a duffel bag style, or you can use this, hold the bag sideways, and you can use it as a pass-through on the handle of a carry-on luggage. As far as the fit and comfort, I've been carrying the travel backpack around for a couple of weeks now, and I found it to be pretty comfortable for me. The shoulder straps aren't huge, but they're pretty comfortable as long as you don't have the bag packed too heavy. The hip straps are kind of the perfect size. They're not too thin, but they're not too thick and bulky. And I really like how the shoulder straps and the hip belt attach with these kind of swivel rivets. I feel like it helps the shoulder straps kind of conform to my shoulders and makes it a little bit more comfortable to carry. Now let's have a look at the interior components and design in the travel backpack. The front of the bag has this large main access organizational panel that opens almost the entire length of the backpack. There are a ton of smaller zippered pockets in here to store smaller items. The top side has a large fabric pouch, as well as this silicone mesh pouch with a couple of further interior dividers. The other side of the panel has these 2 fabric and mesh liner dividers that you can also access from inside the bag. The whole front compartment is maybe 2 inches deep, and in addition to your small items, it's a good place to store something big and flat like a dress shirt or a light jacket. And if you remember, the expansion zipper expands most of the capacity into this front compartment here. It makes it about 4 inches deep, which is large enough to hold the Peak Design's tech pouch, as well as a pair of shoes, or a larger jacket. If you don't want to use the front compartment for extra storage, then this little panel right here folds down the complete length of the bag, and you can tuck it away in this little pocket. And that opens up your access to the main compartment of the bag through the front and the back, and takes the capacity in the front compartment and just makes it one big bag. The main access on the travel backpack is through this large zipper compartment on the back of the bag. And it opens completely lengthwise to give you a large panel access compartment that's not unsimilar to a duffel bag. The bottom of the main compartment has these pockets that you can also access from the front compartment. There's no other interior compression straps or anything, but there are a bunch of these little fabric loops that line the entire bag that I'll show you later in the next video how to attach these things to the camera cubes. The laptop compartment is located on the lid of the main compartment behind the backpack straps here. It's a thin padded compartment that's easily large enough for a 15, and you could probably fit a 17-inch laptop in here. I don't have one to test. Inside there's this additional fabric sleeve with a Velcro strap that allows you enough room to put a tablet in. And I really like the design of this laptop sleeve because it allows you, if you're using a laptop, it offers just as much protection and padding as a dedicated laptop compartment. But if you decide not to take your laptop, then this thing basically doesn't take up any extra room. And if anything, this little padded sleeve here just gives you extra padding on the back of the bag. I want to show you some Peak Design's travel accessories, as well as how to pack the bag up. But this video is getting a little bit long, so I think I'll do that in a separate video that I'll post in the next couple of weeks. So So I have the travel pouch and the wash pouch, and I have the small and medium-sized Peak Designs travel cubes. I also have these other packing cubes that I found on Amazon. They cost about $14. They're by Gonex, and they work just as well as the Peak Designs packing cubes, but they're gonna cost a little bit less. So I'll post that video in the next couple weeks, show you how to pack the bag up, show you a couple different packing options, as well as demonstrate all these accessories. In summary, some of the things I really like about the Peak Designs travel backpack are the fabric. It has a really durable, waterproof 400 denier nylon, and I really like this kind of green-white heather color fabric. I also really like the design in this bag. Peak Designs has really outdone themselves with their level of attention to detail on all aspects of the travel backpack. Some of the things I don't like about the travel backpack are the security. You can access the main compartment from all 4 sides of the bag. And while you do have options to lock all the zippers, it's kind of time consuming and cumbersome. And then the cost. The quality and attention to detail I think justify the expense, but it's still a $300 travel backpack. And then if you add on to that the cost of all the accessories that I bought, the tech pouch, the wash pouch, the camera cube, and the small and medium packing cube, the cost of this bag and all the accessories is close to $600. I hope you enjoyed this review on the Peak Designs travel backpack. If you have any questions about this bag, then definitely let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. And if you like reviews like this, backpack reviews, travel advice, gear reviews, then definitely subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.